everyone, it's Jack and Adam from Cultaholic.com. I'm back.
But you're back. You're looking tanned, Jack.
Guess what never stops?
The fun?
The wrestling news.
The wrestling news certainly never stops.
In fact, this one's not too fun. Should we take a look at the headlines?
Yeah.
Various WWE superstars have reacted to Lars Sullivan's recently unearthed forum posts. Next up, a prominent NXT superstar has undergone surgery. And finally, another wrestling veteran has signed with All Elite Wrestling. So, first of all, we do have to discuss it. More posts have emerged that Lars Sullivan made on the bodybuilding.com forum back in, well, originally it was from a few years ago, and they'd been unearthed a few months ago, but now you were saying that someone's found a second account that he used, which goes back even further. Yeah,
so he's posted under the names El Perfecto and Disenfranchised. Some of these more controversial ones date back to 2008. A lot of them are race-related, so we're going to read some of them now. They're very controversial in nature. Obviously, they're awful things that Lars has reportedly been saying. For example, here, replying to a post which references race being a big topic in America, he says, numerous reasons, original poster. Some blacks want to take advantage of their great-grandparents' misfortunes and they want a piece of the pity pie. He goes on, there's a lot there. In reference to a post about the increase of negativity towards Muslims in the media, they should be demonized for their religion. They are violent and have a violent agenda against America. In reference to a post questioning people who believe that mental illness is a myth, well, you're pretty much weak-minded, aren't you? How did our grandparents survive? This is why people talk about the pussification of men in America, mentality like what you have, which is especially interesting.
Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, because Lars has obviously suffered with severe anxiety issues and had to take a lot of time away from the ring. In reference to a post questioning why people make fun of homosexuality, responding to a comment in which someone complained about a gay co-worker being open about their sexuality, that sounds like a brave gay guy you worked with in a weird-in way. He would actually have no reservations about telling his straight co-workers about how he had sex with other men. I'm sorry, but that's where I would draw the line and make him feel like a worthless outcast of society. It's really nasty.
It's really distasteful stuff.
Nasty stuff. There's also stuff that he's talking about with relation to WWE itself, relating to AJ Styles and his move to WWE. He said he's old and small. No, obviously these things are far less controversial. They're less nasty.
He mocked Chris Canyon's suicide also.
Yes, he did mock Chris Canyon's. Pretty awful. He's also insinuated that, here it is, in fact, in a response to a post regarding the book Sex, Lies and Headlocks, I read that 7 years ago. All I got out of it was Vince was a cokehead as a younger man. There's lots of stuff that backstage they're not going to like for obvious reasons.
Often when something like this happens, I'm of the viewpoint that there was mistakes they made when they were younger, let's leave it, everyone grows and changes. But Lars was actually in his mid-20s apparently when a lot of this happened.
Yeah.
And the severity of it. It's clearly not something said ironically for a joke online.
There's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it.
This is a very condensed version of lots and lots and lots. They're out there if you want to go and look at them. They're not nice at all. We certainly don't condone them. WWE Superstars have reacted to this. Big E took to Twitter last night replying to somebody making him aware or bringing up the Lars posts, saying many are aware. If true, he has to bear the albatross of being a bigot and working in a company that is now filled with minorities. Big E, careful, considered, completely reasonable. Kalisto responded, he just needs to get out of my way, I'm Latino, and then a big punchy.
Less considered. But
but pretty reasonable as well. Yeah. And then Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has brought up that in WWE's mind, he did this and he apologized for it. So WWE have known about this for a long time. Lars has apologized for it. He told them he was wrong and that he was remorseful, and in their minds, it's a done deal. It's interesting because Lars has been getting, obviously he's a monster heel, he's getting a big push. Yeah. He's currently feuding with R-Truth.
I mean, the plan was, apparently, if anxiety was the real reason that he was taken off the shows, apparently the plan was that he would debut against John Cena at WrestleMania. Or at least have his first big match against John Cena at WrestleMania.
And Cena would have likely put him over. They've obviously got big things in mind for him. Will this derail it? Will mainstream media pick up on this?
To me, it really underlines, sometimes there's a bit of a hypocrisy or an inconsistency with WWE in regards to backstage heat. Remember Titus O'Neil got in massive trouble for lightly jostling Vince. It's very strange to me.
Yeah.
Very strange.
You would think in the sort of post-Hogan controversy era that we're in that this stuff wouldn't fly, but well, according to Alvarez, that they have been aware for a long time, it's being swept under the carpet, for want of a better phrase.
It is, as I said earlier, I think there's a distinction between this and cases of people maliciously digging up sort of semi-controversial old tweets someone would have said when they were like 16. This is sustained
There's a lot of it.
A lot of it, and a lot of very controversial and pretty bad opinions, to be honest. Yeah, it's not great.
Absolutely. Let's move on.
Yeah. Next up, let's move to NXT, where a certain superstar has sadly undergone surgery, but he's taken a pretty positive outlook on it, which is very good. It's Dominik Dijakovic, who obviously seems to be one of those, I guess, people in the position on the NXT roster where it's like, they're not yet on takeovers and stuff, but they could be very quickly.
It looked like they were building to it with Dream for the North American title, for sure.
Right, and he had that match with Keith Lee on TV, and they insinuated there was going to be a rematch at some point.
Yes.
Went to, I think it was a double count out. So Dijakovic is having a pretty solid first few months in NXT, but that has been slightly derailed because of an injury. So he has apparently undergone surgery to recover from a torn meniscus, and it's going to keep him out for about 4 to 6 weeks. So it's not like a major one, it's not like Ciampa.
No.
But it's still, especially in the fast-moving world of WWE, it could be quite a long time out, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, that's an estimate given by various websites. WWE haven't actually provided an official recovery. Who knows? Like, wrestlers tend to recover from stuff a lot quicker than other people as well. He could be back in time for the next takeover in Connecticut.
Did you see Ciampa's tweet on that topic, by the way?
No.
He tweeted, I think it was last night, maybe, saying, just had my 1 or 2 month, however long it's been since he had his surgery, just had my 2 month checkup from my doctor on how it's going. And he said it's not looking good. It's looking great.
Aww.
Which is it's very nice. But it was I'm amazed because then he said I am Wolverine or something because Wolverine just healed. It's crazy
amazing
how quickly people certain people can heal, like John Cena. But yeah, Dijakovic has taken a really positive outlook on his injury. He tweeted, he revealed the news himself as well as
in a video.
And said, I'm happy that I had a tear in my meniscus. I had to, it's quite, is this in character?
I think it's in character.
I had to rip away the weakness to rebuild it to be stronger than ever using my blood.
I hope it's in character.
I hope it's in character as well. But of course we wish a very full and speedy recovery for Dijakovic. I think he's already got the indie credentials. I think he had a 5-star match with Keith Lee in PWG shortly before they both signed. And if they just let him cut loose, as they often do on takeovers with certain people, I think he could have some amazing matches and become a really big star.
100%.
And he's big, so he'll
a big
do
lad.
on the main roster as well. Oh dear. What a state of affairs. But no, I like him, and I hope he recovers quickly. Next up, let's talk about AEW's latest signing. They've been signing various big figures from the wrestling world, big veterans of the wrestling world as well.
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn? What's wrong with Billy Gunn?
Nothing. I was just saying I like Billy Gunn. He's a big lad as well.
He is. Jim Ross. Various very experienced figures. Justin Roberts, of course, as ring announcer and everything. And now they've signed Jerry Lynn.
What a signing.
I know.
Genuinely, he's coming in as a coach.
Right.
I can't think of anyone better that you would want coaching guys backstage than Jerry Lynn.
Well, it's been announced as Coach Jerry Lynn on the graphic and stuff. And he has done sort of special guest referee and stuff before and stuff like that. So do you think he'll just be off screen or do you think he'll be on screen as well?
I don't know. It might be a similar thing to like WWE's backstage producers where they get involved in angles sometimes because he's a recognisable figure. And it always sort of adds a bit of integrity to it, doesn't it? When like some big brawl's happening and Finley runs down. Yeah. It's like, oh man, it's a bit serious now.
Ronda to the ground.
Yeah, right.
Ross was fascinated with for a while because Ronda just kept on hanging on to it. But no official word has yet been made, apparently, regarding Lynn's status with Ring of Honor. Because he was signed with them currently, he'd have to sort of depart from them to join AEW as a certain villain. Many people are expecting to at some point in the near future.
I'm more excited by Jerry Lynn.
You're more excited by Jerry
Way more excited than Jerry Lynn.
I think they're building kind of a nice nice dichotomy between old and new in All Elite, because you've got some of their signings I've never heard of previously, whereas I think there's what's the recent tag team that's signed, like the Private Party. Have you seen that? I'd never heard of those guys before.
No, I'm not familiar.
But I like the highlights package they did, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Their video promos are so good.
Yeah?
So good. You see the Dustin Runnels,
Oh.
the Gold Dust.
Yeah, but then did you see Cody's response?
So good. No?
Oh, you've not seen his response?
No.
Oh, he says stuff like, yes, The Rock could electrify people on a microphone, but is it better than what CM Punk did? I want to kill the Attitude Era and stuff like that. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, All Elite are looking... We don't want to be one of those sites that kind of is already saying that All Elite Wrestling's amazing because they've not done a show yet. I mean, All In you could sort of count, but they've not done an officially branded show yet under their banner. But it does look very promising, and they have got people on board who know what they're doing as well.
It couldn't be coming at a better time for them. With the recently, I think it's fair to say, fairly poor WWE reception. The fans are not happy with the on-screen product at the moment. TV ratings are declining very quickly.
Yeah.
And all of that just adds fuel to the fire for AEW.
Yeah, and on the back of the indie boom as well. Or is it because of the indie boom? Is this just the culmination of the... How will history remember this? Who knows? God, I got a bit philosophical there.
Finally, I've added one in here.
Okay.
It's Lance Storm. He took to Twitter last night with some advice for male wrestlers.
I've not seen this.
With good bodies. So he says, advice to male wrestlers with good bodies. Underwear lines make your ass look like shh.
Oh.
Women and gay dudes might enjoy the view. Don't ruin it. Get over every way you can. Squatting and a thong can do wonders.
Underwear lines. What does he mean?
Underwear lines, like tan lines. Like when you're tanning,
of where your underwear.
yeah. If you're wearing Y fronts, as I do, then you're gonna get pretty nasty tan lines. Randy Orton has replied.
Wait, what? Squatting and a thong. What does that mean?
So you don't get tan lines.
Well, what's with the squatting?
Squatting, so your ass is nice, and then
a thong.
let's get back to the racism. That was made. And Randy Orton has replied saying, "So you're saying if I do squats in a thong, I'll get over #what's Storm been toking?"
Randy doesn't care anymore.
No, he's the best.
He's really good now on Twitter. Yeah, I like it.
So some advice to any male wrestlers watching: get yourself a thong, squats, and then post about it on Twitter.
I love it. Great stuff.
See ya.
So that's been all the news. Yeah. See you in a bit. Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments section down below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic and on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, then please do check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can pledge. And don't forget, of course, most importantly of all, to hit subscribe and to join us.